On this episode of Brainpower, we're going to take a look at going from a prompt to an image to a video to an interactive video in less than 30 minutes. All right, let's get after it. Hello, friends. It's Josh. Well, today is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to share with you this workflow. One of the realities that we face as learning professionals is this constant change in workflows that's occurring because of the increased capabilities of generative AI models, and it changes every single day. So sometimes it's extremely difficult to draw a line of sight on a new reality or a new opportunity when these capabilities come online. Now, the inspiration for this workflow was a new capability from Google. Google has a video model called VO3. And if you have yet to even try it, it is pretty spectacular. The new capability that caught my attention is the ability to go from an image to a video for 8 seconds. That's the length of the video, but with audio. Not only that, but your image comes alive and it looks extremely realistic. So that caught my attention, and I immediately thought of a workflow. And so, what we're going to experience here today is going from a structured prompt to creating an image in Midjourney, putting that image in Google VO3, generating 5 videos rapidly, doing a quick edit in Camtasia, and then we're going to vibe program an interactive video shell to run this video. Yep, we're going to try to do it here in under 30 minutes. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I think we're up for the task. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we're going to first start by, got to get the files, right? So I have a file for you to go ahead and download. You're going to go ahead and find that link at this URL. So it's at my website, joshcavalier.com/brainpower. And when you get to the site, you're going to find the link down at the bottom. So scroll down and you'll see the link to episode 33. You will get a Word document and it looks something like this. Okay. Well, once you have it, let me go ahead and explain the method to the madness in this prompt. There's 2 prompts in here. The first prompt is going to help us generate our 5 frame scenario. It will also create the Midjourney prompt and the VO3 video action and voiceover script. Yeah, it's a 3-for-1 deal. And as I look at this prompt, the first thing I have is the task. Create a full scenario-based training module focused on customer support for a new software upgrade. Now, you would go in and make this your own by going in and changing the task, right? So what information do you want to train on? And you can add additional information about that specific task or work right here. The deliverables must include 1 realistic training scenario between a support agent and a customer. Again, you can change that, make it your own, so it's fully customized to what you are doing. 5 Midjourney image prompts with visual consistency, and that is key. And you'll see how that's done here in a moment. A short action prompt and spoken script for each image that will be used in VO3. That's the proper name. To create an 8-second video clip. Each spoken script must sound natural, fit within 8 seconds, and include realistic tone and pacing. All right, let's talk about this for a moment. So the only way that I'm going to be able to create this type of prompt is fully understanding the inputs and the outputs for this entire workflow, right? So this is where system design comes into play. And I can't emphasize that enough because you have to have clean inputs to get great outputs, which then feed into the next step. And this really leads us to automations and agents. But we got to get down to the core of our workflow here. And the first input is this prompt that will then in turn create three specific outputs that are going to be used along the way. And if there's deficiencies at any point, that's going to degrade the quality of the overall video. The role is going to be act like a training developer, that's us, and write a scenario writer and mid-journey prompt engineer. This is what we call role stacking. There's three roles here. Ensure instructional quality, cinematic visual design, and realistic dialogue. The audience, this training is for customer support professionals. Again, you would change that based upon who you're targeting with this video. The create section is going to have some specific information about this scenario. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to change that also, make it your own. Provide the output in the following structure. Okay, so now we're focused in on a specific output that's actionable. The scenario title, the background of the situation, the characters and descriptions of the characters, the scenario objective. The model is going to go ahead and create this for you automatically based upon the prior information in the prompt. Here's the scene breakdown, and this is where the magic happens. The scene name, the mid-journey image prompt. Yes, we're going to go ahead and create the mid-journey prompt, the image prompt that's going to go into mid-journey to create the single image of this scene. The VO3 action prompt and the VO3 spoken script, both these elements will be placed inside of VO3 to direct the camera or action, and then also the spoken word by the actor or avatar. We're going to create 5 total scenes. Again, describe your specific scenes. This could be safety training or something else happening. I currently have this customer service issue, so you'll want to go ahead and make it your own. We have a one-shot example of a mid-journey prompt. So we're giving the model some guidance in regards to the structure of the mid-journey prompt. And if you have a different structure, use it. Like for instance, this one uses something called a seed value, which, I don't see it used as much anymore, but it's going to keep our images consistent. So I'm just using that tactic so I can have all of my initial images visually look the same. And the intent is model effective emotional intelligence, product knowledge, and user guidance. And again, this is going to kind of beef up the actual scenario itself. Okay. All right. So that is our initial scenario. Now you can use any kind of, out of the box model for this. So OpenAI 4.0, Google Gemini 2.5, Anthropic Claude, take your pick, right? So we don't need any kind of reasoning model for this. We just want to knock out the content based upon the information that I have. Also, keep in mind that if you have other sources of truth, like a standard operating procedure or a safety guide or anything like that, that can also be used here to help guide the model to the specific scenario. So just keep that in mind. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's run this particular prompt and see exactly what we have as far as our scenario, our mid-journey prompt, and then our VO3 information. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy the prompt. I have that in the clipboard, and we'll go into ChatGPT. Again, today I'm going to be using ChatGPT 4.0 model. I'll go ahead and I'll paste my prompt in there. And again, all of my details for my scenario are already in here in line, so I don't have to make any adjustments. Now, take the time and customize this prompt to make it your own. That way it resonates, and then you can actually see something you could potentially even use in the work that you're doing day in and day out. So let me go ahead and run it. So here's a self-contained modular implementation of a responsive video interface that pauses. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I ran. Whoops. Haste makes waste. I selected the wrong prompt. Hold on. Let me make a new chat. This is going to be a ding on my time and trying to do this under 30 minutes. Hold on. I may have inadvertently, oh, let's see here. Oh, I know what I did. I I went ahead and I cut the prompt. I just wanted to copy it. There we go. Wow. I'm going to tank myself here out of the gate. Okay, so now I have the correct prompt in there. Let's go. If you're wondering what that second prompt is, that's the vibe programming prompt, and I'm going to get to it in just a bit. That's going to be the interactive shell to hold this video when I get it done. Okay, so now we have the output here, and I have my scenario objective. I got my characters. Taylor, a friendly, calm, under pressure, early 30s, wearing a company branded headset. The customer is Jordan. He's frustrated but loyal, mid 40s, business casual attire. Hey, cool. We got some words here that's going to be used for the image prompts. Down below, we have scene one, the scene name, the mid-journey image prompt. That's all ready to go. And the VO3 action prompt and spoken script, those will both be used together. All right. So, I could go in and review and make sure that this scene is going to work in regards to the visual description, the action, and the spoken words. For right now, I'm just going to keep it as is and continue in the next step of this workflow. So the next step is to actually go ahead and generate the image of the agent and the image of the frustrated customer. So I have right here the frustrated customer. Now notice that the seed value, 15309, is also going to be down here, 15309. That seed value creates visual consistency. Now I don't know what that looks like. If you do happen to have a photographic or some type of realistic look, you can leverage that as part of the seed value. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that. We'll go over to Midjourney. This is alpha.midjourney.com, and this is the web interface for Midjourney. Here, I can go into my prompt. I can paste my prompt in there. That's all I have to do, and just go ahead and run it. So now it's submitted. I'm going to come back over here and grab the prompt for my customer service agent. Come back over to Midjourney. I can run concurrent prompts at the same time in regards to the creation of my images. I'll go ahead and I'll run it. And now both of those are submitted. I'll click on create over here in the left-hand column, and I have my frustrated character options. And I also have my customer support rep who happens to be holding her hands up. Okay, well, now I need to go ahead and download each of these images, which are going to be inputs into the video. So I'll simply go ahead. This guy looks kind of goofy and fun. We'll use that guy. All right. So I'll go ahead and we'll download this. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my downloads. And I'm just going to say, hey, this is the guy. All right, so I got that. And then I'll go back here and take a look at our service reps. Trying to keep the same camera shot distance. So let's just take a look again at our guy. There he is. So it's kind of up close. So we'll use this up close shot. Again, we want to maintain visual consistency back and forth. It'd be kind of weird to have the camera in close and then zoom out. So we'll just roll with this. Okay, so we'll download her. We'll just say this is support. Great. So now I have my visual inputs into VO3. I'll hop over to labs.google/flow. That's where I'm currently at. And what I'll do is click on create with flow. I already have that tab open. That's right here. And I'm ready to rock. Now, what I'll need to do is go ahead and actually create a brand new flow. My current video flows are loading up And once they're loaded, I can click on New Project. Now I have the new project and I want image to video, not text to video, image to video. So image to video is actually frames to video. You can see the image icon right there. So the official name is frames to video because I can not only have a beginning frame, I can also have an end frame. In this case, we only have a beginning frame. So I'll go ahead and I'll click on the beginning frame, and you can see I've tried this before with a couple other characters. Well, I'm going to click upload, and then we'll go ahead and we'll grab the guy, and we'll get that guy in there. We'll crop and save it. Really cool. It's already formatted, in a 16:9 aspect ratio out of Midjourney, so he's ready to rock. We'll upload the support person in just a moment. I can now go ahead and generate the first video going back to ChatGPT to get the camera action and also get the voiceover script. Now you'll notice that these are separate here. If I was premeditating a little bit more, I probably would combine this into one paragraph so it's easier to copy and paste. But for as it is right now, I have to go ahead and grab the action, bring it back over here, paste it in, come back over to ChatGPT and grab my audio text or my voiceover script, and then paste that in here. Okay, so this is the action. Customer waves hand towards screen, raises eyebrows, leaning forward in frustration. And the spoken word is going to be every morning I use that quick export button, and now it's just gone. This update has totally messed up my workflow. I get it, dude. All right. Well, now I'm using the VO3 fast model. This is going to be a 720p output. I could go ahead and use a better model to get a 1080p output, but for what we're doing today, this is going to work. So let me go ahead and run it, and that is in the queue. Well, we can continue working here and doing more of these videos. I can create up to 5 concurrent renders at a time, and I need to do that. So I'm going to go back over and get the image of my support agent. There she is. Crop and save, and that's ready to rock. I'll come back over to, okay, there we go. I'll come back over to my second scene. That's when she enters into the scene. That's her action. We'll paste it in there. And then here is her spoken script. And that goes in right there. Just like to clean it up a bit. Perfect. And run it. Okay, so now that's rendering. And then we'll continue. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the current stills because I could upload the individual images for each scene and then run it from there. But I think to maintain consistency, I'll just use our current images to speed this process along. So I'll come back, I'll load up the guy. I just need it out to go to scene number 3. Here's scene 3. I'll take the action. We'll bring it back over and paste it in. I need to go ahead and get the voiceover script. There it is. I will copy it, bring it back over, and they bring it back down here and run it. Again, I can do 5 of these at a time. I got 3 cooking. We now go ahead and have the response back from the customer service rep. We'll go down to scene number 4. I'm going to grab the action. We'll paste the action in here. We now need the voiceover script. Let's grab that, and we'll bring it back over here and paste it in, and we'll let that render. And we got one more. So we get the final response from the guy when he's settled down and he's hopefully happy with the resolution. So we'll come in and let's see here. Customer gives a small nod, a relaxed smile while leaning back. Okay, perfect. And we'll paste it in. And then his script is, okay, yeah, that works. I'm still not thrilled, but I appreciate you showing me. Okay, great. So that goes in there and away we go. All right, so now all of these videos are rendering in VO3, and this is kind of like Christmas. Like I can't wait to unwrap this package and see what we got. So I'm going to scroll down, And we have our first two videos here. And again, this is straight from an image, and it is shocking the quality that VO3 produces. And so let's go ahead and give a look and a listen.
Every morning I use that quick export button, and now it's just gone. This update has totally messed up my workflow. Every morning I use that quick export button,
Pretty
and
wild.
now it's just gone. This update has totally messed up my workflow.
Okay, so let's now go to the agent.
I completely understand how that feels, Jordan. A change like this can be really disruptive when you rely on it daily.
Wild. The facial movement, the hand movement, the expressions, it's crazy good. Okay. And so again, keep in mind that with the scene 3, 4, and 5, I use the same image. If I use that different image, it's going to adhere a little bit more to the action, but just because of the time that we have, I sped that along. And so now we have all of our renders here.
They said it would be easier, but now I'm clicking through menus just to do what I did in one click before. They said it would be easier, but
Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Let me come back.
they said it would be easier, but now I'm clicking through menus just to do what I did in
So
one
sorry.
click before.
All right, and then here is our scene number 4.
Let's walk through it together. From the new dashboard, click Reports, then choose Export Settings. It's just 2 extra seconds.
Perfect. You'll notice that my script is short to accommodate the 8-second limitation. Also, when I edit this video, I'll have to do the tails, the tops and the tails of each video in a quick edit.
Huh, okay, yeah, that works. Still not thrilled, but I appreciate you showing me.
All right, great. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to download each of these videos, starting with the first one, and we'll get this cooking here. So I'm going to download the first video. Again, that's going to go ahead and be the 720p original size. That'll be an immediate download, and we'll just call this V1 for video 1. And we'll continue downloading. This is going to be V2 and, continue. So we'll just keep on rolling here with this. This is going to be V3. We'll do V4. And while I'm downloading these, keep in mind that the type of an account that you need to get to the VO3, if you do the $20 per month plan, you're going to be able to access this functionality directly within Gemini. Okay. Now I am paying the Ultra account, which out of the gate is $125 a month, and I think they're going to bump it up to $250. Thus, the access and the ability for me to knock these videos out. But if you're creating videos every single day and you want to leverage this workflow, probably going to be worth it to be able to get this quality at this speed. All right. So again, if you're doing the mid tier, the paid version, you do have access through VO3 straight through Gemini, not necessarily through Flow yet. All right, let me do 4. And then let's do 5. Almost there. So that's V5. And now I've downloaded all of my videos. Well, I need some type of tool to put all these together. This is where you can use Descript, you can use Camtasia, you can use Premiere, whatever video tool that you have, you can put these together. Today, I'm going to go ahead and use Camtasia. So I have to create a new project. That's coming up here in just a moment. So once the application loads, we will get the videos in. And I think this is going to be a 2-parter. I think next week I'm going to have to do the vibe programming and make this interactive. So let's go ahead and kind of wrap it up here with the putting all of the videos in. So I have to go ahead and upload videos 1 through 5. There they are. And I'll just bring all of them down to the timeline. And let me just play it back. Let's take a look and a listen. Again, this is without the edit.
Every morning I use that quick export button, and now it's just gone. This update has totally messed up my workflow.
I completely understand how that feels, Jordan. A change like this can be really disruptive when you rely on it daily.
They said it would be easier, but now I'm clicking through menus just to do what I did in one click before.
Let's walk through it together. From the new dashboard, click Reports, then choose Export Settings. It's just 2 extra seconds.
Huh, okay, yeah, that works. Still not thrilled, but I appreciate you showing me.
Wow. How long would it take to, and the cost to hire actors to do this quality of work? Yeah, I really realize there's some deficiencies, but it's not that bad. And it's starting to get better each and every time. All it's going to take is some quick little edits in here, and we'll tighten this up and export it out. And then we will do the vibe programming next week. So let me go in and just do a quick little edit, and I'll show you, if you're not familiar with Camtasia, really all I'm doing is modifying the tops and the tails of the edit. So I do a quick look and see when he kind of disengages.
Messed up my workflow.
Okay, so he just breathed in deep right here, and we just want to get it right when he concludes, right? So I'm going to, I don't want to do all of them, just one. So that's the tail of that video.
Flow.
A little bit more. You kind of had a breath there. Okay, and then when she cuts right in.
I completely understand how that feels, Jordan. A change like this can be really...
And I would probably remove that breath, the audio breath, if I had to really clean it up.
...on it daily.
Okay, so she's finished there. He comes back in.
They said it would be easier, but now I'm clicking through menus just to do what I did in one click before.
All right. Right there. And then she comes back in.
Let's walk through it together. From the new dashboard, click Reports, then choose Export Settings. It's just 2 extra seconds.
Perfect.
Huh, okay, yeah, that works. Still not thrilled, but I appreciate you showing me.
Perfect. Now, I wish this last one, I probably would run this one again to see if I can get some additional lead on the top of this video, because he comes in really quick.
2 extra seconds.
Huh, okay, yeah.
I guess it's okay.
Seconds.
Huh, okay.
It's a weird little jump there.
Huh. Oh. Huh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Let me just verify that.
It's just 2 extra seconds.
Huh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little tight in there. So, the love of video editing right here, you gotta make sure this is just right.
Huh, okay.
So there's a nice little pause there. And then finally, to wrap this up, what I'm going to do is go ahead and export my timeline. We'll get and then we'll just call this final. And this is going to go just into my downloads and export it out. And we'll take a look and a listen to the final output here. View that media.
Every morning I use that quick export button, and now it's just gone. This update has totally messed up my workflow.
I completely understand how that feels, Jordan. A change like this can be really disruptive when you rely on it daily.
They said it would be easier, but now I'm clicking through menus just to do what I did in one click before.
Let's walk through it together. From the new dashboard, click Reports, then choose Export Settings. It's just 2 extra seconds.
Huh, okay, yeah, that works. Still not thrilled, but I appreciate you showing me.
Good job. All right. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for hanging with me in this episode. Again, this is a two-parter. Join me live next week or watch the recording. And I'm going to go ahead and take this completed video and we're going to use vibe programming in Google Gemini to make it interactive. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.